Let's try this again. Because apparently once wasn't enough.
Donna Auka, you're far from home.
Why do we gotta be?
Are you a
Yeah,
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Nekataka. I've seen enough laden ships to know how one sits in the water. Your ship cannot be carrying more than your crew and provisions. Tell me the real reason.
Show them what you are.
What? Look, I've heard enough.
I will help you.
What's the matter with you?
Now.
What is this?
run for it!
Okay, that's still freaky, no matter how many times I've seen it.
I think I got a ghost up my nose there. That's better.
Just gonna loot everything again. Before I even talk to that guy.
Is behind us. I thought this would be a relief.
Actually no, talk to him first.
Thank you again. I didn't enjoy deceiving them, but it seemed simpler. I realized there could be no... You stood with me, but a lot has happened over the last... After we... It's controlled us. So for 5 years, I've been tracking down, trying to undo them. The task has been more... I don't think it was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's... I haven't. After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of undoing his work would... Perhaps this would be easy. I went to a village in centuries ago. The details were lost, but what had endured was a practice of ritual bloodletting.
You got an eye for charming little towns.
At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt.
I saw some purpose in that.
Yes, but the specifics depended on whom you asked. Some thought it would ward off Scan, or bring Berth's favor on the village, or Gon's blessing to their crops. The village priest administered the practice. Grim old fellow. Reminded me of Theos. He was a tyrant. I was certain that if the villagers were free of his so I arranged for him to have an accident.
That seems like Theos' dirty tricks. I expect you to act honor.
I did it for the right reasons. The old man died, and that they were convinced his death was an ill omen. They blamed it, and every other mishap that befell them, on their lack of... So they began bloodletting every week, turning on their neighbors for giving too little. Instead of a handful dying each year, a few perished every week.
You tried to do the right thing, that's what matters.
Is it? I keep wondering what I might have done differently, or how
Learning
I could
from
have known
mistakes.
better.
Like, this is a good start.
I suppose... Thank you. It's a relief to share this.
Don't tell me what it has to do with the elements.
I'm looking for an old Leaden Key sect. I want to be sure.
We'll talk later then.
Ahoy, Captain. If I could bend your ear a moment, I'll be aiming to thank you for bringing me aboard. You run a tight shop, and you ain't no terrible person either. It'd be a welcome change from the gentleman of leisure.
You're welcome. I'm glad to have you with me.
I've a gift for you. This trinket be from one of the first ships I hunted. Malnage would have snatched it had I not found the perfect hiding spot.
Thank you for the gift, Stefan.
You be entirely welcome. Now, if you'll pardon me, I've roundabout reached my limit for sentiment.
If you told me a few years ago that I'd end up following you on another crazy errand, I'd have said you were out of your mind. Not 'cause I got anything against you, more that trouble seems to come looking for you wherever you go. Yet, here we are again, probably on our way to die. Well, you already did, but me, I mean.
I couldn't go having all the fun by myself.
All real nice of you to share. Someday I'll have to get you a gift. And wouldn't you know it, this time is shaping up to be crazier than the last one. But I gotta say, I appreciate how you've handled things. Times like these, staying decent's not as easy as it sounds. Thought you were weird at first, of course, but you've surprised me.
Well, by me, this is how to sacrifice my beliefs.
And there's something to that. I like to think I'm the same way. Except I chose to believe in the goodness of a giant statue that kills everything it passes. Sometimes I have second thoughts about. I've been meaning to ask, though. How is it you never seem to lose your way through all this? What is it tells you you're on the right path?
I never know.
Well, when I was a boy, things were simpler. Aethys was more like a character we read about in church.
Easier to worship a god when their worst traits are swept under the rug.
Yeah, I guess it was. Well, most stories had him helping folks or making the world work as it should. You pray to him, he might help you too. There was no cost to it. No confusion about his will or followers taken into extremes. Following Aethys was right. Had no reason to question. Do you think there's any way that following him could still be the right path? After all we've seen?
I honestly don't know.
I guess we'll see what he has in store soon enough. Anyway, I didn't mean... I think this was just a long way of saying... Makes me feel like I'm doing some good, going with you.
Right.
The Hazanui is at the palace, blaming the Valians for attacking one of their ports.
Time to get some rest.
Did they?
Merla, how is every ship hunter taken?
Especially with that guy being on 2 wounds already. We need it. Jesus Christ, does that guy need it?
Do you enjoy a coin, my friend?
Aye,
Can you lift a sword?
Hail and welcome.
give us a room.
What can I do for you? You see anything you...
Private dance room. There we go. All's good. Right. All's good in my injuries department.
Shat Bear Paul's lump of lumber yonder. That
What?
be the misery's delight. Malnaj's pus-stuffed canker of a boat.
Who?
Malnaj, High Queen Sea Devil of the Deadfire. Unfortunately, also the second best ship hunter around. After yours truly, of course. Doxy popped a hard on and a half for hating me the tick I joined the sorcerer. Romaro shielded me from the worst of her training. When they bountied him, I figured for sure the Rat Queen would be the first rat up the gangplank. Malnaj be up in Romaro's head, or I've never had a roll on the waves. She finds him for us. She'll sink him soon as sighted. Come on, Captain.
Oh, now I've dreamed of this place.
There's got to be another boat around here then. Why does that want to have happened?
Dora must think I work for free. Be with you in just a... Hazard came in on the sloop? Huh? Oh, come to...
Let's see what you got. I have not got over 1,000. There is no chance I can afford most of this stuff. That's a shame. What you got?
Welcome. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, you got some bad stuff. If we can actually look at it, that is. Where is it? Jesus Christ. Holy fudge. Saffron noticed the Misery Delight, a ship captained by Principe Ship Hunter Malnaj, docked at Queen's Berth in Nakataka. Are we not in Queen's Berth? Yeah. There should be another ship somewhere around here then. But I can't see one. If I'm as blind as a bat, I'm missing summit.
Need a fresh jacket or pants? Something more...
It's not as easy as it
Sneezes.
seems to turn a profit in Neketaka.
Care for a fish or two's...
Nope. Nope. I'm obviously missing someone.
Back for more, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Haven't had enough of old Zamar. On it. Back for more, are
Having trouble
you?
with the client?
Aye. Captain Redora hasn't paid me for her commission firepower. while I'm up to my nose in debt. And now, pirates are holding my feet to the fire over some sham of a deal. If I don't get Redora's payment, I might as well start
if
carving
you give me
my
a discount on your
swallows.
labour, I can hunt her down.
You do that? A fair price goes without saying, Cully. It all comes down to blasted pans and pyres in the end, doesn't it?
I have to find this blooming pirate first of all. But for some reason, I can't seem to find him.
Well met, stranger. Akira, but isn't this district a fine place? I am not one meant to venture far from the gullet. Until recently, now that I am unemployed, I seek to make myself useful before the money runs out, and I must return to the Roparu as a pauper.
How do you trouble the bathhouse?
More happens at the bathhouse than cleanliness and ease. It is a place of meetings, business, and transactions, to all of which the attendants are either blind or deaf. One day, I overheard more than I ought to have. In my erring, I gasped. To my great shame, I showed a most unprofessional reaction before clients. I was fired. And rightly so.
What did you over here in the bathhouse? Some scandal? What's a luminous bathhouse?
A wonderful place. Would that I could cross its threshold again. In spite of my time there, I cannot do else but give it my highest recommendation. You will find the luminous bathhouse in Periki's Overlook. Akira, you want to follow the road north, up the mountain. Oh, the Queen grant in her welcoming embrace.
Oh well. I'll study when it says some. So it's got to be around here somewhere.
Shh. Keep your voices down, my cullies. You want something?
How do I get to that bathhouse
The
again?
Queen is holding court today with the Valians and Rowattians.
How long before they're
return.
killing each other?
A wonderful place. Would that I could. In spite of my time there, I cannot do else but give it my.
Periki's Overlook.
Wager on it?
Okay, Periki's Overlook. Where's that? Oh, I have to go through every section, don't I? Great. Random thing. Random event. Stefan stops as the other pirates approach. His fist balled in the heat of his anger flushes your skin and steps beneath shimmering your thoughts.
Hold up, Cap. That be Malnage, the High Queen Sea Devil of the Deadfire herself. awaiting us like a shark in heat.
Who?
Malnash, former ship hunter of the Sorcerer, taught me the trade.
Aching shoulders, aching wrists, aching ankles, bound and gagged, the filthy ragging in our mouth soaked through and briny, every breath like drowning, hanging on brow spit. The rise and fall of swells, the sea spray, a chilling shock. Malnage shouting from the bulwark, ignore it, she says. Ignore it and focus, you're useless.
Captain, I've heard a mess and a half about you. Mostly good. Though I see your taste in company could use some refining.
Typical Malnage. Can't match my skill, so you try to spew shit.
Boy, when you're as old as me, your skill will still be naught more than the untrained fumbling of an Adeiran maid to the refined workings of my mind.
When you insult Steph, when you insult me.
Apologies, Captain. Didn't realise you'd married your honour to this scallywags. You boy him, believe you me. I've heard about your run-ins with Captains Benweth and Ferrante. Meeting the old principe seems like. Almost makes a girl green. The envy of missing the party. I'm tracking a man by the name of Rimaro. Traitor to the cause.
Rimaro ain't no traitor, you mind-blind sack of squid squirt.
The bend hits wood hard, the wet of something wrong. Helps company offer. Fist bound of flesh. All man has equal parts kindness and rage, hauling her back, shouting. Turn to you, leaning in. Besides passing.
Captain, there'll be a bounty of some 4,000 pounds on Rimaro, quick or dead. I'd be willing to cut you a tenth of that, here and now, if you give me any knowledge you might have stumbled across on your travels.
I heard Romaro's on his way to Port Marjorie.
Apologies, Seraphine. Seems your trust were misplaced. Thank you kindly, Captain. If this tip ends up worth a damn, I'll be the first raising your name up the main mast. It turns out you shitted me. I'll be back for the coin and your ship.
Oh well, problem for later. Problem for later.
Traveler, have you any food? Surely.
All
you will
right.
scrap.
Which one of us am I thinking of now?
You be thinking of the Watcher.
That's 10 in a row. That's some talent you got.
Aye, the talent of noticing who you be glancing at before you ask me who you be thinking of.
What's this? A random curve? Go left. Go right. Turn around. Go left. Go forward. Go right. Go left. Turn around. Go right. Go right. Well, that was easy. I didn't even mean to find this place. Just completely found it by accident.
It's the smell of cardamom that drew you, no?
What is that?
Food, of course, and supplies
What
for...
is supplies?
I have plenty.